Good morning, student. Today we are going to start problem number 5 on company final account. Today's problem is based on not only profit and loss account, but today we are also see the how prepare balance sheet under company final account. So this is the problem for today's lecture. Sony Limited was registered. Okay. Sony Limited was registered with an authorized capital of rupees 10 lakhs divided into shares of rupees 10 each, of which 40,000 shares had been issued and fully paid. You are required to prepare statement of profit and loss account, profit and loss for the year ended 31st March 2020 and balance sheet as on that date as per Companies Act 2013 revised schedule 3. So trial balance is given under as on 31st March 2020. So these are the particulars: opening stock, purchases, return inward, manufacturing wages, manufacturing expenses, carriage inward, interest on bank loan, office salaries, audit fees, director remuneration, preliminary expenses, freehold premises, plant and machinery, furniture, debtors, cash in hand, cash at bank, building. So these items divided into two parts. Some items are related to the expenses and these items are transferred to the profit and loss account debit side under the various notes. Similarly, credit side also divided and remaining items of the debit side of trial balance are transferred to the balance sheet under the heading asset. Okay, such as freehold premises, plant and machinery, furniture, debtors, cash in hand, cash at bank, building. These all items are related to the assets. That's why it is transferred to the asset side. And above these items up to director remuneration are directly related to the expenses, and that's why these items are transferred to the debit side of profit and loss account. And on the credit side of the trial balance, sales outward, return outward, 18% bank loan, creditor, profit and loss account, opening balance. Okay, general reserve and share capital. These items are also divided into two parts. Some are transferred to the profit and loss account credit side, and remaining items are transferred to the balance sheet liabilities side. Okay, sales, return outward. These items are related to the credit side of the profit and loss account. So it is transferred to the respective notes. And remaining these items are related to the liabilities, and that's why it is transferred to the liability side of the balance sheet under the various notes. Okay. Similarly, some adjustment are also given in the problem. Additional information: on 31st March 2020, the stock was valued at rupees 1,24,840. So this is the closing stock. We will know the first effect of the closing stock. It is less from the opening stock under the notes change in inventories. And what is the now? We also prepare the balance sheet. What is the second effect of closing stock? It is a transfer to the asset side under the respective notes, that is inventories. Okay. Number two, outstanding office salary. So this is the adjustment related to the outstanding salary. So it is added in the respective salary, and second effect transferred to the it's become a liability. That's why it is transferred to the liability side under the respective notes. Then next adjustment is related to the provide interest on bank loan for 6 months. So this is the adjustment related to the outstanding interest on bank loan. Okay. Then number 4, depreciation on plant and machinery and office furniture. So what is effect of this adjustment? It is less from respective asset under the respective notes from the asset side of the balance sheet, and it is transferred to the profit and loss account debit side under the notes depreciation and amortization. Okay. Then write off 1/3 of balance of preliminary expenses. Actually, preliminary expenses is transferred to the, oh, okay, this is the amount of preliminary expenses. So it is transferred to the other non-current asset, and some amount are write off or provide for the present year. So it is deducted from that preliminary expenses. 1/3 amount is deducted from the preliminary expenses, and amount which is returned is transferred to the debit side of the profit and loss account under the heading other expenses. And last adjustment is regarding the provision for income tax. So 50% tax amount is provided for the income tax. So when we prepare the profit and loss account and calculate the profit by calculating total income minus total expenses, such figure is called the profit before exceptional item, extraordinary item, and tax. From this item, we deduct the exceptional item and extraordinary item. After the deduction of exceptional and extraordinary item, the rest amount is called the profit before tax. Then we less tax amount from this figure, and rest amount is called the profit after tax. So how many amount is less from the profit before tax? 50% amount. If profit before tax is of rupees 1 lakh, that means 50% amount transferred to provision for taxation. That is 1 lakh multiplied by 50%, that is 50,000. So 50,000 transferred to provision for taxation. So it is deducted from the profit before tax, and second effect is it is transferred to the short-term provision under the liability side of the balance sheet of the respective notes. That is the short-term provision. Okay. So this is the problem for today's lecture. One by one, we transfer these items under the respective notes. So this is our format for solution. First is preparation of balance sheet. Balance sheet as on 31st March 2020. Okay, name of company. So right here, name of company. What is the name of company? Sony Limited. Okay, Sony Limited. Okay. Balance sheet as on 31st March 2020. So this is the format. We already discuss on it when we discuss the theoretical part of the company final account. So this is the format of balance sheet. Balance sheet is divided into two parts. First part is regarding the liabilities and equity. and second part is regarding the assets. So first part is regarding the equity and liabilities, and second part is regarding the assets. Again, equity and liabilities divided into four parts. First part is related to the shareholder per, number two, share application money pending allotment, number three, non-current liabilities, and number four, current liabilities. Okay. Similarly, asset side is divided into only two parts, non-current asset and current asset. Okay. Before 2013, we used the uh, name for non-current asset as a fixed asset. Now, fixed asset, this non-current asset, this concept is replaced by the fixed asset. So non-current asset also divided into five parts. Number one is fixed asset, number B, non-current investment, number C, number three, deferred tax asset, number four, long-term loan and advances, number five, other non-current asset. Okay. And current asset is also divided into six parts: A, current investment; B, inventories; C, trade receivable; D, cash and cash equivalent; number 5, E, short-term loan and advances; and number 6, other current asset. But these items are important while solving the problem. Okay, while solving the problem. That's why we prepare the notes only related to the important items. There is no fixed parameter to prepare the notes under the company final account. Okay, here we only prepare the 21 notes. Someone tell you prepare the 24 notes. Someone tell you prepare the 18 notes. There is no fixed parameter for that. Okay, it is your choice. So the notes number first is related to the share capital, number 2, reserve and surplus. Then notes number 3 is related to the long-term borrowing. Number 4 is related to the short-term borrowing. Number 5, trade payable. Number 6, other current liabilities. Number 7, short-term provision. So 7 notes are related to the equity and liabilities side. Again, 7 notes are related to the asset side. Number 8, fixed asset, tangible asset. Number 9, intangible asset. Number 10, long-term loan and other non-current assets. Okay. Then current investment is related to the notes number 11. Number 12 is inventories. Number 13 is trade receivable. Number 14 is cash and cash equivalent. So these are the 7 notes are related to the asset side. So in aggregate, there are 14 notes are related to the balance sheet. 7 are related to the liability side and 7 are related to the asset side, and rest 7 notes are related to the profit and loss account, which we already studied, okay, in last 4 problems. So notes number 15 is related to the revenue from operation. Number 2 is 16 is related to the other income. 15 is related to the revenue from operation. Then purchases of stock in trade is the notes number 17. Notes number 18 is employee benefit expenses. Finance cost is the 19. Notes number 19 and 20 number notes is related to the depreciation and amortization, and notes number 21 is related to the other expenses. So these are the 7 notes are regarding the related to the profit and loss account, statement of profit and loss account. Okay. So as per the balance sheet and profit and loss account, here we prepare the total 21 notes. Okay, notes number 1, share capital. Number 2, reserve and surplus. Number 3, long-term borrowing. Number 4, short-term borrowing. Number 5, trade payable. Number 6, other current liabilities. And number 7, short-term provision. These are the 7 notes are related to the liabilities side. Now notes number 8 is related to the asset side. Notes number 8 is related to the tangible asset. Number 9, intangible asset. Number 10, other non-current asset. Number 11, current investment. Number 12, inventories. Number 13, trade receivable. And number 14, cash and cash equivalent. So these are the 7 notes are related to the profit. Asset side of the balance sheet. So 14 notes are related to the balance sheet. And now notes number 15, revenue from operation. Notes number 16, other income. Number 17, purchases of stock in trade. Number 18, employee benefit expenses. Number 19, finance cost. Number 20, depreciation and amortization. And last one is the other expenses. Notes number 21. So these are the 7 notes are related to the profit and loss account. First 2 notes are related to the income side, and rest 5 notes are related to the expenses. Okay, so now shall we start to transfer the trial balance? Okay, before that we just marking the adjustment regarding which items is related in the trial balance. Okay, this is the closing stock, outstanding salary. Okay, outstanding salary, it is related to the salary. Where is the salary? Office salary. Okay, office salary. Then next, provide interest on bank loan. Bank loan, here is the bank loan, 18% bank loan. Okay. Then depreciation on plant and machinery and office furniture. Plant and machinery and office furniture. Preliminary expenses. Then income tax. This is the isolated adjustment. Number 1 is opening closing stock. It is related to the opening stock. Okay, so Sony Limited was registered with an authorized capital of rupees 10 lakhs. What is the authorized capital? Rupees 10 lakhs divided into shares of rupees 10 each. That means one share cost is face value is rupees 10 and total amount is 10 lakhs. So 10 lakhs divided total amount divided by per share amount. Okay, to calculate the total number of share, 10 lakhs divided by 10, that is 1 lakh share. Total authorized shares, number of shares are 10 lakhs. Okay, here is the notes number. First, share capital, and under the share capital, first part is the okay, authorized share capital. Authorized share capital. Okay, total amount is 10 lakhs. Okay, one share cost is rupees 10. That means 10 lakhs divided by rupees 10 per share. That means total number of shares are 1 lakh. 1 lakh equity shares of rupees 10 each is the authorized share capital, 10 lakhs. Okay. Then after the authorized share capital, we calculate the subscribe capital and issued and subscribe capital. Okay, issued and subscribe capital. See, of which 40,000 shares. Out of how many total number of shares? How many total number of shares? 1 lakh shares. And out of 1 lakh shares, 40,000 shares had been issued and fully paid. 40,000 shares were issued by the company, and all issued shares are fully paid. So after the authorized share capital, the next share capital is issued capital, issued share capital. And what is the issued share capital? 40,000 shares of rupees 10 each. So what is the cost of issued share capital? 4 lakhs. 4 lakhs. Okay. 4 lakhs. After the issued capital, the next capital is C. Subscribe capital. Okay. How many shares were issued by the company? 40,000 shares, and all shares were subscribed by the subscriber. Okay. Subscriber means a desired investor, which become shareholder in future after the purchasing the shares in the company. So similar number of shares are subscribed by, means all issued shares are subscribed by the subscriber. 4 lakhs. And share issued, all share were fully paid. So next shares capital is paid up capital. All shares were fully paid up. That means there is no calls in arrears. Okay. See. Okay, so this is the share capital. Okay. Should I explain again? See here in the problem. Sony Limited was registered with an authorized capital of rupees 10 lakhs divided into shares of rupees 10 each. So total amount of authorized share capital. Authorized capital means registered capital. You already know the concept of authorized capital, then issued capital, then subscribed capital, then paid up capital. The maximum limit of share capital is called the authorized capital, which is registered by the company at the time of setup of the company, registration of the company. So the maximum limit of the share capital is called the share capital, authorized share capital. And what is the maximum limit? What is the authorized capital? Okay, what is the listed capital of the particular company? 10 lakh rupees, 10 lakh. And what is the cost of one share? Per share cost 10. That means if the total amount is 10 lakhs and per unit cost is 10, the total number of shares are 10 lakhs divided by 10, that is 1 lakh shares. So 1 lakhs are the authorized share capital. That's why we write the authorized share capital here. Authorized share capital, 1 lakh equity shares of rupees 10 each. 1 lakh. Okay. Then issued capital out of total capital, out of authorized capital, company issued. Okay, issued means a shares which is offered to public for purchase. Okay, such capital is called the issued capital. And how many shares are offered by the company to the public for purchase? Only 40,000 shares. Okay, it is given here, of which 40,000 shares had been issued. So 40,000 shares, and what is the cost of per share? Rupees 10 per share. That means company issued the share at par, not extra amount is charged by the investor. If extra amount is charged by the investor, by the company, that means actually face value of share is rupees 10, and if company offer this rupees 10 share for rupees 12, that means extra rupees 2, that means we say that rupees 2 is the premium. But here company issued the share at par. Okay, and similarly if company offer this share for rupees 8 per share, that means less than face value, at that time we say that this share is issued at discount. Okay, this is the loss of the company. If company issue the share at premium, this is the capital profit of the company, that means share premium, and share discount is the capital loss of the company. Okay, here but here company only issue the share at par. Okay, rupees 10 share is issued at rupees 10, no profit, no loss, no premium, no discount. Okay, that's why how many shares are issued? 40,000 shares are issued. That's why issued share capital 40,000 shares of rupees 10 each. That is, what is the total amount of the issued capital? 40,000 shares multiplied by rupees 10, that is the 4 lakhs. Now company issued 40,000 shares and public only applied for 30,000 shares. Only 30,000 applications are received to the company for purchase the shares. That means how many shares are subscribed by the public? Only 30,000 shares. That means under subscription here. Okay, company offer for 40,000 shares and public only applied for 30,000 shares. That means there is no reputation of the company in the market. There is no reputation of the company in the market. Okay, let's see the example of our college. Our intake capacity of admission for FY BCom class, only 240 seats are here. Okay, now we applied extra 120 seats for university. That means there are total 360 shares we have, but we have received more than 400 application. That means it is our reputation in the market, reputation in the society. That's why large number of students applied for admission, seek admission from our college. Okay, this is our reputation. We issued only 360 seats for admission, but you people, you student applied for more than 400 seats. So this is the extra application received for subscription. But here company issued for 40,000 shares and company public also subscribed 40,000 shares. Here there is no mention regarding the subscribe capital, but all shares were paid up. That means 40,000 shares are issued, 40,000 shares are subscribed, and similarly same shares are paid up. Okay, that means all amount paid up on the issued share capital. Sometime 40,000 shares are subscribed, 40,000 shares are issued, but public paid only rupees 35,000 on that particular 3,50,000 rupees, 3,50,000 on such capital, or in another meaning 40,000 shares of rupees 10 each, rupees 8 paid up, rupees 8 paid up. That means rupees two amount is the calls in arrears, which is not paid by the shareholder. Okay, still not paid by the shareholder. Here, in this case, what is the amount of paid up capital? 40,000 shares multiplied by rupees 8. Okay, that means rupees 3,20,000 is the paid up capital. But here, all the see, which sentence is given here? Of which 40,000 shares had been issued and fully paid. That means all amount is received from the shareholder. That means all shares are paid up. So this is the paid up share capital. 40,000 shares of rupees 10 each. Is it clear? So this is the all about the how to write the share capital in notes number 1, that is the share capital. Okay. Any doubt? Any doubt? Please message me. If no, I go for further. If you have doubt, please text me as a yes, I have doubt. Yes. Okay. And if there is no doubt, just tell no doubt. Okay. No. Just put the message no. Okay. So you send me message. There is no doubt to anyone. Okay. Now, see here. Opening stock. You are required to prepare a statement of profit and loss account and balance it. Okay. Now trial balance as on 31st March 2020. First item is opening stock. And what is the treatment of opening stock? It is a transfer to the change in inventories. Okay. We transfer this item under change in inventories. Change in inventories. Change in inventories. Opening stock minus closing stock. But we prepare the working note for it. Calculation of change in inventory. How to calculate the change in inventories? Opening stock minus closing stock. So what is the amount of opening stock? Opening stock is 1,86,420. And what is the amount of closing stock? 1,24,840. Sorry. Minus closing stock. 1,24,000 and yes, 840. 840. Okay. Okay. What is the answer? 1,86,420 minus 1,24,840. Okay. Send me answer in chat box. Please calculate figure carefully. Okay, 61,580. So this is the change in inventory. Now we transfer it in the profit and loss account. In the profit and loss account under change in inventories. See here. Okay. Change in inventory. Change in inventory. And this is the plus amount. Okay. This is the plus amount. Okay. There is no minus amount here, I think, because opening stock is larger than closing stock. So this is the positive amount. So there is no need to write the sign of minus. And now change in inventory, opening stock. Opening stock is given in the trial balance. So there is only one effect of the opening stock. And we already take it here under the change in inventory. But what about the closing stock? It is the closing stock is given in the adjustment. And we know if any item is given in the adjustment, there are 2 or 3 effect of that particular item. So closing stock, one effect is we write here under the change in inventory. So what is the second effect of the closing stock? You just see the old format of profit and loss account. Closing stock. What is the effect of closing stock? We write the closing stock under the in trading account credit side. And second effect is again it is transferred to the asset side. Okay, under the heading current asset. Now here also closing stock is also transferred to the asset side of the balance sheet. Okay, asset side of the balance sheet. Okay, we just observe the balance sheet and then decide where we should transfer this closing stock. Okay, here the asset, non-current asset, fixed asset, non-current investment, deferred tax, a long-term loan, other non-current asset, current investment, inventories. See here, inventories. So what is the second effect of the closing stock? Closing stock should be transferred under the heading inventories. Under the heading inventories.